Hey everyone, thanks for being with me here today as we do another round of Ask a Life Coach. Do I have to pick which pronouns I prefer? What if it's not important to me what pronouns people use for me? Okay. Gender questions. I'm always passionate about this topic, but it's a difficult one. Because everybody's coming at it from such different places. And so I guess I'll just start with the reminder that gender and biology are separate questions. So you're born with certain biology, and that can look different ways. It's not always as cut and dry as people might think, but we can save the anatomy lesson for another day. But you're born with certain biology. And then you're assigned a certain gender to go along with it. So the problem is there's this assumption that certain biology means certain psychology. And it's simply not true, right? Brains are brains. Human brains are human brains. So if you were assigned male at birth, it doesn't mean that, oh yeah, he's gonna like trucks and cars and beer and sports and I don't know, whatever the stupid things are that we think are the male things in society. And if you were born, assigned female at birth, well then that doesn't mean, oh yeah, she's gonna love to bake and I don't know, be submissive and emotionally supportive or relationally oriented or maternal or who knows, right? No, that's not the case either. But we make these assumptions, and then because we make these assumptions, we subtly change the way that we interact with somebody depending on our perception of their gender. So we give them certain kinds of names and clothes and maybe toys and wall color in their room, and we might interact with them slightly differently. We might be more tolerant of a girl crying than a boy crying, or what have you. They have different role models perhaps when they see people that they see as aligning with their gender behaving in certain ways. Then they're taught, okay, that's the way that I'm supposed to behave. And then maybe they make friends of people that they see as sharing their gender, and then these behaviors get reinforced over and over and over until we get to adulthood, and then we say, oh hey, men are from Mars and women are from Venus because look at how different they are. Oh yeah, at that point they might be really different, but that's been a social phenomenon that hasn't been a biological phenomenon. I was raised male and really into sports and I don't know, the other kind of quote unquote guy things, but that's so limiting because I might have also been really into drama or I don't know, right? Being actually emotionally intelligent, which is something I had to learn in my adult years or whatever. Boys are not born emotionally inept, but they do learn it. They do learn to kind of shove that down and always be tough and autonomous and independent and these things that sound great but end up being a little bit emotionally damaging. So anyway, yeah, gender is a separate question. Gender is a psychology question, and I struggle with those kinds of questions because nothing in your psychology is fixed. This can all change over time. So society asks us to pick a box, and all the boxes have limitations and they have assumptions attached to them. So I'm sympathetic to the desire to not choose. And in most contexts, you probably don't have to choose. If you are asked what your pronouns are, then I guess you can tell people that you use any pronouns, or you can just default to the singular they. That seems to be a fairly all-encompassing one. Or again, you can just let people kind of pronoun you as you will. And if it really doesn't matter to you, then you're in a fairly good spot, actually, because I think the harder situation is when it really does matter to you and you feel like everybody's getting it wrong. Everybody's putting you in the wrong box. And this is why it does matter that we respect other people's pronouns, because there's nothing worse than having people put you in a box that you feel like really doesn't fit. It's unfair to people. It's limiting. I mean, I think all boxes are limiting, but the wrong box might be especially limiting or triggering or just really feel. So respect everybody's pronouns. It's a simple thing. But if it's not a big deal to you, then just let people pronoun you as you will. Or again, perhaps tell them you're okay with any pronouns, or you just singular they will work for you. It's a tough one. I appreciate the question. These gender questions are always hard because society has made this thing up and then made it really sacred. And that puts us all in a confusing place of having to make difficult choices, perhaps none of which may seem ideal. But in your life, I encourage you to just keep being a human. Do all of the things that sound fun. Don't worry about what box somebody else has placed it in. If it might be cool, explore it. If you've never thought about trying it, try it anyway. And I think you'll find that you're probably a balanced human that can find joy and value and talent in so many different things outside of these narrow boxes that society maybe placed you in at a young age. So best of luck on that journey. Thank you for asking the question. I appreciate it. I appreciate you all tuning in. And I'll see you back here next time.